Mattis out with a worried look on his face, as he should have.
Can't blame Justin, but now it's just up to the poker gods.
Moritz Kranich with about 4.6 million, but in second place, the legendary Phil Ivey making his 9th WPT final table appearance, going for his second title tonight.
As the Royal Flush Girls look on. All right, Andes are going to be 15,000. Blinds are 80 and 160,000. Cards have been dealt, and Moritz Kranich quickly folds his hand, as does John Caradad from Australia.
And Phil Ivey going to limp into the small blind with the 8-5 of diamonds. 22-year-old superstar Justin Smith is the worst two-card starting hand you can have. Can hold him. There's a 7-deuce offsuit, but he gets a free flop. Happy to get one. Flop comes 8-6-4 with 2 diamonds. What a flop for Ivey. Well, as you can see, we're using the graphics for the 4-color deck, and very clear to see Phil Ivey's straight flush draw there in blue.
And he's going to bet 160,000. Now, Booster J, as they call him, he's going to try to get fancy here. He's going to make a raise, going to 480,000.
Well, they're just trying to take this pot away from Ivey.
How much more you have? 2 million. I think I have 2 million.
Ivey says, how much you got in your wallet, sir?
No, 1.8.
Ivey looking to extract it all here, just trying to figure out what's the best way to do it.
Come on, man.
But he's going all in here, and Justin Smith will be going all out, I can promise you that.
A meek smile by Justin.
Trying to make one of those macho plays with a 7-deuce offsuit, but how great is this? To start off another season on the World Poker Tour with the likes of Phil Ivey still left with 4 players left.
The level of play in these games for the stakes that we're playing is pretty surprising. I would say it's about the equivalent of maybe a live 1-3 game at a big property here in Vegas.
Yeah, so one of the cool features for the games in WPT Global is that they limit the number of professional players to 2 per table. So you can hop in there and expect a very fair and beatable lineup.
I think I'm up about 20,000 in the cash games the last 3 days or so.
Fun cash games, can't really overstate it.
All right, back to the cards. Action on Phil. He's going to raise with a pair of deuces, makes it 400,000. Justin Smith out. The German Moritz not going to play.
Okay, over to the Aussie, John Caradad. That's down to King Queen. Sitting up in a seat.
He's a property developer in Australia, only 36 years old. Not a professional poker player, but he is battling beautifully here tonight with the best.
He's been playing poker for 7 years. This is his first WPT event.
And he's going to make this call with just King Queen.
Wants to see a flop. So Ivey with the deuces. John with the King Queen. Here's the flop. 7-7-4.
Nothing happening there for the Aussie.
And he's going to check.
Now let's see if the great Phil Ivey will make the automatic continuation bet.
Oh, but look at this, Vince. The Aussie has pulled his sunglasses down. Now, usually when players do that, it's an indication they're going to play the pot. Maybe that threw Ivey off of betting on the flop there with his 2 pair. And it may cost him because the queen comes up on the turn.
You're right, he checked it. And look at this. The Aussies hit his queens. They both check.
And now a 3 of diamonds comes off. So I'm sure John feels like he's got the best hand now with queens up. He's reaching for chips. He's going to bet it.
Wow.
$500,000. Now, this is a case where Ivey was thrown off by the Australian. Just indicated he had some kind of hand on that flop.
And now the Aussie's going to try to throw him off again by doing the old water bottle trick. I'm so casual, I'm so strong. Hurt me, friend. But we know he's pretty good.
That's Phil Ivey's mother. Be very proud of the success that her son has had in his life.
Wow, he's going to get paid off.
Yeah. So there you go. Ivey making the call to compound his problems here. He recognizes now, had he bet on this flop, he'd have won that pot. He paid him off on the river.
Someone that did play on day one is John Caradad, and he's going to raise here with the King 10. Makes it 420,000 to go.
Well, he's the chip leader. He's in position here. But that's not stopping Phil Ivey from coming over the top and re-raising it. Makes it 1.1 million with the ace-jack offsuit.
How much you got behind Phil?
Justin out.
2.3.
253.
He said 2.3, not 253.
Well, John, looks like he's in terrible agony here. He asked Ivey how many chips he's got. Now, You talk about tells on a player, Vince. It's very obvious he doesn't have that strong of a hand, and I promise you, if he moves in now, Ivy will beat him in the pot. Well, John does lay it down. Probably a good thing for him he did so, because I'm certain that Ivy would have called him there.
That hand, next time I get it, just fold. I should just fold it.
So some power poker by Phil Ivey right there.
Yeah, Phil Ivey is as cool a customer as there is in the poker world, that's for sure. Taking down a pot, going for his second WPT title. Already leads in every possible category in the poker world. Most tournament money won, most cash game money won, most online money won. He's the man.
Now the antes are going up to 20,000 though, and 100 and 200,000. And right now, Phil Ivey with ace-5 has raised to 500,000.
I'm all in.
All in by Justin Smith right behind him.
How much is it?
About 2 million.
I need an exact count. I need to know that.
Well, Phil Ivey now asking him how much he's got. What's an exact count here?
Oh boy, I'm gonna send these guys each a calculator for their birthdays. Would be the call of the tournament. But no, can't take the heat.
What a nice all-in bet by the 22-year-old Justin Smith. He's made back-to-back final tables in this same event. Finished third last year, looking to improve upon that this year.
I'm all in.
All right, back to the table. Moritz from Germany with the ace-9 has gone all in.
I call.
And a quick call by John from Australia with ace-queen. Wow.
Well, Ivey also has an ace-high.
Yeah.
He's going to easily muck it.
They are plunging away here at the Fontana Lounge. And another ace there. Four guys with aces.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's very rare.
Here, good.
Well, Moritz says you're good. He turns up the ace-9. His opponent's got the ace-queen.
Ace two.
Okay.
First card I looked at.
And the German right now, Moritz Kranich, in a lot of trouble.
A massive pot, nearly $6 million in this pot. So whoever wins, it's going to be the ship leader.
Well, it's the first WPT tournament for both of these players.
Yeah, good flop for John as it's come king 10-8.
Could be over for Moritz. He needs to get extremely lucky if he's going to stick around.
Kind of straight draw.
Sweat. 7 of spades, I'll sweat.
You got to catch a 9
Seven
or
of spades is cool.
a combination of 2 runners to make a straight, but he is up against it right now. The German not looking good. He hit it. Wow, it is not over though. Johnny can catch a jack or a queen to win this pot.
Queen or a jack one time, please. Come on.
Unreal.
John begging for a jack. A queen will do it for him as well. Must have one of those 2 cards to win this hand.
Big devastation for John. Now he wants to get lucky.
Well, Moritz leaning back, holding his breath right now. Got a dodge or a jack or a queen, and he does it as an 8 comes off. What a draw out by the young German pro.
So I'll tell you, the sauerkraut is back on the hot dog after that hit. They are chanting.
Oh, you're right, Vince. He took the bratwurst and hit him in the head with it.
Oh, yes.
Well, they are cheering their man on. And Vince, I'll tell you, the Australian looks direly sick to me right there, and you can't blame him.
That shouldn't happen against you.
I know. Not your fault.
He's just sick that he can be that unlucky in that situation.
Chip leader from Germany, Moritz quickly folds his hand. And now John Caradad.
I'm all in.
Looks at 1 jack and moves all in. Doesn't even look at the second card.
Uh-oh.
I call.
As Justin Smith has made the call with 2
I
queens.
saw one and it's a jack.
At least he'd like an overcard, a king or an ace.
Wow.
Doesn't get it. He's got a jack-6 offsuit. As you can see, Justin nearly a 90% favorite to win this pot
Jack 6 one time.
and eliminate the Australian.
One time, Jack 6. Come on, people.
Optimistic anger coming out of John's mouth.
Well, he said, look, I just had ace-queen, lost to an ace-9. Maybe I can get lucky and outdraw somebody.
A rage of hope happening for John. Can he get lucky here? No.
And it's come 10-8-4.
I'll take a 5 or a 7. A 5 or a 7.
Yeah, a 9's not the best card.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, 9's not bad either.
Staying optimistic.
5, 7 or 9. Come on. Don't make me draw dead.
And he just wants to catch a card where he still have a sweat, but doesn't happen as the king comes
All right.
off. Wow. 6 on the river. Well, that's going to do it for John Carradine.
Good luck, mate. Bad timing for me.
The 36-year-old out in 4th place.
Yes, the property developer is going to take home a big number, close to $240,000. A lot of respect for this man. Had a few tough beats, but right now we are down to 3. Justin Smith now in 2nd chip position.
Current chip leader is Moritz Kranich from Germany. As you said, Justin's moved into 2nd chip position. The great Phil Ivey in 3rd place right now.
Well, look at this, Moritz on this hand with Big Slick has raised to $440,000. Ivy out. Justin in the big blind with just a king 6 of hearts is going to call.
Well, there's 800,000 out there, cost him 240 to call, so he's getting over 3-to-1 odds on his money. Taking a chance here, but that flop, no help to him as it comes ace-9-3.
But it's good for the German. Justin has checked, and Moritz with the continuation bet sticks 525,000 out there. I'll tell you something, it's always nice to do the continuation bet and actually catch the top pair too.
Look at this, Vince. Justin has made this call. This is what we call a float bet in poker. You're making a call with no hand and no draw in an effort to steal the pot from your opponent later on. Now, Justin's going to check here. As if opponent checks, Justin's definitely going to try to win this pot on the river, but as you can see, Moritz has no intentions of checking here.
He's got a great hand, and he's not going to play it slow, it looks like. Getting chips out, and drop them in.
Yeah, he's going to put them out there. Make no mistake about it. Looks like over 800,000.
And Justin, 22 years old, and a lot of imagination, but this time it could be backfiring.
Well, he's drawing completely dead here. Any moves he makes at this spot, he's just going to be donating the chips over to the German, I can tell you, because he's not going anywhere. And Justin does give it up after thinking about making a move at this spot. Wisely surrendered.
What pressure was seen by the German, taking it to the American Justin Smith. Justin disgusted after that. Creativity's one thing, taking big pots is another.
The level of play in these games for the stakes that we're playing is pretty surprising. I would say it's about the equivalent of maybe a live 1-3 game at a big property here in Vegas.
Yeah, so one of the cool features for the games in WPT Global is that they limit the number of professional players to 2 per table. So you can hop in there and expect a very fair and beatable lineup.
I think I'm up about 20,000 in the cash games the last 3 days or so.
Fun cash games, can't really overstate it.
As quick as possible, try to play big pots, try to get in a race situation. If, on the other hand, you think you're the best player, your mission should be to stretch out the match and make it last as long as possible. I admire the guy for recognizing his best chance might be to play big pots early.
Phil Ivey with Jack-9 has called. Justin Smith is folded, and Moritz, he's content to see a flop with a Queen-Jack. Here's the flop.
Both players have flopped second pair.
Moritz has a better kicker. He has jacks for the queen. Moritz is checked.
Well, Phil Ivey is going to bet the jacks as anybody would. After a guy didn't raise before the flop and then checked on the flop.
Moritz is going to call. It's a $200,000 bet. There is an ace out there. He goes 4th Street.
Yeah, because neither player raised before the flop. You're just not going to put your opponent on an ace, especially when another ace comes off. So again, Moritz checks. And again, Ivey is reaching for chips. Maybe he thinks his opponent's got a straight draw or a flush draw here, or just 2 4s. He's going to bet the jacks.
Yeah, $500,000. And Moritz with a pretty quick call.
That should turn the light on for Phil Ivey that the guy's got something.
Ivey in a lot of trouble right now. Going to the river.
Well, the 3 of diamonds comes off. Moritz again checks the aces and jacks. Well, that's in my mind, this is just an easy check.
Wow.
But Phil Ivey is betting 700,000 here.
He can only get called if he's beat.
Well, unless you think your opponent's going to pay you off for the 4 in this spot, where you're just on a stone bluff or a king high.
I call.
Wow.
He's been called, and Ivey is not going to like it. He turns up the jacks with a 9 kicker, but it's not going to beat the jacks with the queen kicker. So the German is going to take this pot down, and you can see the anguished look on Phil Ivey's face. Yeah, Ivey may be the greatest player on earth, but I didn't like his river bet there for 3 reasons. 1, if he's got the best hand, chances are he's not going to get paid off, so he gains nothing by betting. 2, if he gets check raised, he's toast. And 3, it's risk versus reward. If he wins the pot, he'll have multi-millions anyway, but if he loses it, going from 1.7 million down to 1 million is huge with the blinds and antes as high as they are now.
Long win.
And Phil is going all in with just a queen 4.
Good call.
And a quick call by Justin Smith here. Knows Ivy might be steaming the way he played that last pot, so quickly calls him with king high.
Excellent call, and look at that look. Mama Ivy in complete pain there.
Right now, Justin Smith a little over a 60% favorite to win this pot and eliminate Phil Ivy from this tournament. And the flop comes 8-5-5. Justin has 2 pairs. And Ivy is up against it now. He's got to catch a queen to take the lead, or 2 runners to make a straight, or 4 is full. Well, an ace comes on the turn. So we are down to the river, and if Phil Ivy doesn't catch a queen, the king of poker will be gone in 3rd place.
His chances of becoming a 2-time WPT winner on the line. He's a long shot right now. Can he get lucky?
Well, it's a 10.
He does not.
So just like that, the great Phil Ivy out in 3rd place.
And there's Phil's mom, shattered by this 3rd place loss, but he will take home $363,000 to put into his piggy bank. Phil Ivy out here tonight.
The last hand was questionable. I had 1.1 million. I just took a shot to win the blinds.
Well, we're all pretty impressed. It's your 9th WPT final table.
Yeah, well, it's nice to be here again. You know, hopefully, you know, we'll make it number 10 real soon.
Well, it goes to show you he is human, a great player. 9 times at the WPT final table, but he's out right now, and we are down to 2 players. Heads-up action.
As we start heads-up play, Moritz Kranich, the chip leader by about a 2-to-1 margin. He's got nearly 9.4 million in chips. Justin Smith with about 4.8 million.
All right, action on the German, Moritz Kranich. First time playing a WPT event. He's got the button, and he's just going to call. Down to Justin, who is a queen 8 offsuit.
Justin happy to see a flop, so here we go. Oh, nice flop for Justin. He's got 2 queens. Moritz, however, has an open-ended straight draw.
And they both check right there. Go into the turn.
And 4 clubs comes off. Justin's plan was probably to check raise the flop. That didn't happen. His opponent checked the open-ended straight draw. Most people would have bet that, but not Moritz.
Well, Justin now bets $320,000, and Moritz, he's getting chips out.
Yeah, he's going to gamble here and make this call. And I always say it's a gamble when there's 2 of a flush on the board, because if one of your straight card comes up at that suit, you're still a little nervous.
Well, he's gambling because he has a lot of chips as well.
Yeah.
Can he get lucky here?
Gonna have to catch a 5 or a 10 to win
he did
this
it.
pot, and he does it, Vince. As a 10 comes off,
Amazing.
he has made a straight.
Oh, don't do it to yourself, Justin. Slow down, Boosted J.
Yeah, he thinks his 2 queens are good, so he's gonna bet $730,000. I don't know that he needed to bet that much to find out what's gonna happen to him right now, because as we know, he's gonna get raised. Because Moritz hit lightning on the river to make this straight. Well, that's 2 million right there so far, and he's reaching for more.
Oh, man, he is sticking out a re-raise of $2,225,000.
Well, let's see if Justin can get away from this hand. There's Mike Matusow, his buddy, but he's got the concerned look on his face, as he should have.
2,225,000, right?
Well, this would short stack Justin in a big way if he should make this call. Kind of tough to get away from it.
Didn't raise on the flop, didn't raise before the flop, didn't bet on the flop, called on the turn.
I love that fold. Look at that, beautiful fold. And the German extends his chip lead by gambling, hitting on the river.
This is one of those times where I'm not sure how I'm beat, but I'm pretty sure I'm beat. I just don't know how. It bugs me when I don't know how.
That is well said.
You talk about expert analysis.
Right, the heads-up battle continues, and right now Justin Smith with a very attractive King 10 of hearts.
I'm all in.
He says all in.
You're just not fooling around, going all in.
I call.
Wow, he's getting
You go?
called because Moritz has an ace.
Well, Moritz has the best hand right now, and if his hand holds up, he'll be our champion. Well, everybody on their feet. Mattis out with a worried look on his face, as he should have.
Can't blame Justin, but now it's just up to the poker gods.
Well, nearly $6 million in this pot. Certainly can get Justin Smith right back on his feet. Moritz over there with his German friend saying, if I can just have my end hold up, I'll be the champion.
You can't look. Here comes the first three. Oh, so far so good for the German.
Yep, flop comes 8-7 deuce. The ace high is still the best hand. Justin looking for a king or a 10 to take the lead. He'd need 2 hearts or 2 cards to make it straight. That would win it for him also.
WPT title on the line. Here's 4th Street.
Well, a 6 comes off. That does give Justin a straight draw. Justin Smith must catch a king, a 10, or a 9. Otherwise, Moritz Kranich is going to be our champion.
The crowd on its feet. Moritz Kranich 1 card away from taking home $900,000.
Oh, it is a 9.
Oh, no.
Justin has made a straight. Don't celebrate too much. Don't start jumping, Justin.
The wheels are going to fall off.
We don't need any more injuries out here on the tour. Well, Justin knows he got very lucky there. He hit a river card to stay alive. And that look says it all by Morris. He was 1 card away from taking home all that cash and putting the trophy on his mat.
This guy's ready to go off.
Look at him, guys. Look at him.
Talk about a sick beat. Justin back in action.
You just got boosted!
The level of play in these games for the stakes that we're playing is pretty surprising. I would say it's about the equivalent of maybe a live 1-3 game at a big property here in Vegas.
Yeah, so one of the cool features for the games in WPT Global is that they limit the number of professional players to 2 per table. So you can hop in there and expect a very fair and beatable lineup.
I think I'm up about 20,000 in the cash games the last 3 days or so.
Fun cash games, can't really overstate it.
Moritz Kranich from Germany with a 7-6. Makes it $700,000 to go.
Well, Vince, his conservative play is going out the door now. He's going to get aggressive from here. As you can see, he's raising here with the 7 high, but called by Justin out of the big blind with the king jack.
Flop time.
Flop is ace queen 4. With 2 clubs, Justin's going to check his straight draw.
And let's see if the German will continue the larceny. Yes, he's going to try. $925,000.
Give him credit, Vince. He's trying to win this pot, but Justin has made the call for $925,000 with just a straight draw. He's got the best hand with king high.
All right, to the turn we go with 3 diamonds.
Action's on Justin. He's got the ace high straight draw, but the 3 gave Moritz a 7 high straight draw. He needs a gut shot 5.
Both slow down, and neither player gets a card as the 8 of hearts hits on the river.
Again, Justin checks the king high. The German is reaching for chips. He knows it's the only way he can win this pot is to try to bluff at it. He's doing it, Vince. He's betting over $1.5 million on a stone cold bluff.
That is a lot of heart there by the German to push that in right now.
Oh, this is kind of weird.
Well, this would be the call of the tournament, no doubt, if Justin Smith, Boosted J, should happen to call this.
Now, Vince, if you talk to European players, they tell you German players are great mathematical players, but they lack heart. This guy doesn't lack heart here as he bets over $1.5 million on a bluff. Well, he called him earlier with just a king high. Remember when he thought he might have a straight draw or flush draw? Had he done it here, he'd won that pot, but he didn't. Oh, and look at this, Vince. He's showing him the bluff. Wow.
Oh, boy. Get the salt shaker out, rub it around, throw it into that cut.
And Vince, I'll tell you one thing.
I had no pair.
That was a bold play right there by the German. Even though Justin said he had no pair, which he didn't, but still, to bet over $1.5 million on the river when you got called before the flop and on the flop with just 7 high, that shows me a lot of moxie.
Justin trying to say, look, it's not that good. I didn't have anything anyway, but brilliantly done. And now, by the way, the blinds are going up to 200, 400,000. And look at this. Justin has picked up a whopper, pair of jacks, just like that, wired up. Now, how to play it. Still got a lot of chips, close to $6 million. You don't want to scare off your opponent, but you don't want to look obvious.
And he's just going to limp in.
Yeah.
And try to camouflage the fact that he's got a big duke.
Moritz with the
All
king
in.
10 has
I call.
gone all in, and the trap has worked for Justin Smith.
He's picked the cherry off the tree, Vince. He's got all his chips in there with way the best of it. That's all you can do in poker. He reeled him in. Now the question is, can he keep the fish on the hook, or will the fish wriggle off?
Jetzt kannst du auch andersrum gehen, ne?
I just limped.
Look at this. Justin knows he played it beautifully.
Well, if Justin Smith wins this pot, he'll have about 12 million in chips, be the monster chip leader in this heads-up battle. Everybody on their feet. Justin over a 70% favorite to win this pot. Well, it's come ace, queen, deuce with 2 diamonds.
So far, so good for Boosted J.
Well, the jacks are still out in front. However, a jack will now give his opponent a straight. So he needs a king or a jack.
Noch kein Jack. Erst auf dem River.
And the German is overdue to get lucky, and that's what he's going to need now.
A jack will give him a straight, a king will give him the lead.
Here we go with the turn card. What will it be? He gets a king!
The king of diamonds comes off. Unbelievable.
Oh, what a devastating card.
Well,
For Boosted J.
Boosted J still has a straight draw and a flush draw event. A diamond will give him a win, and a 10 will give him a straight. A jack no longer wins him because that'll give his opponent a straight. So Justin now looking for a 10 for the straight or a diamond for the flush. He must catch one of those 2 cards. Otherwise, he's going to be our runner-up finisher.
The title could come down to this card.
Oh, it's a 9 of hearts, and that's going to do it. The German has done it, Vince. He has gotten lucky and taken down this title. Heartbreak and disappointment for Justin.
Third last year, second this year. I guess you're going to have to get first next year. Don't be down.
Mike them out, almost silenced there.
Again, man. You played good.
Thank you.